Hey guys!
Hey everybody! Oh, hey everybody!
Hey, we're back after a short break for part 5.
Yep.
Woo! So last we left, we had a mysterious lady named Diana, who
snuck into our bedroom and is now doing weird stuff.
Yeah, we thought the game was about to end, and now it's not. So maybe this is where the romance kicks in.
I hope so, because I've
won some romance.
The game is called Seduce Me, after all.
We haven't been seduced. Our best friend Suzu has kind of seduced us, I guess, but
she's number 1 in our hearts.
I have apple juice.
Yeah, me and Maple are using matching cups.
Because we're cute.
But they're not Catalyst cosplays, they're Celestial cosplays.
Yeah.
I'm Catalyst cosplay.
And I'm Maple cosplay.
And I'm Genzel.
So, here we go.
She looks so happy.
I know.
How silly of me.
Diana? Demon. Diana the demon.
Dog? Donut?
But I'm much more than just an average demon.
What do you mean?
Silly girl. I'm a succubus.
See, that's how you pronounce it.
I thought it was succumbus.
It's not. There's no N there.
I thought there was.
Nope, succubus.
Succubus. Well, that just sounds weird. That sounds so sexual. Wait.
Okay, it sounds so weird and so sexual.
Yeah.
Sexual. Succubus.
Oh, yeah, I guess. I like succumbus better.
Succumbus sounds weird. Literally, I just keep thinking of like one of those cross-country buses. And
I think of a compass. Like,
what's a compass?
What do you? A compass.
Oh, a compass. Instead of telling to by finding my way to your heart, it's north by northeast.
Okay, stared at Diana in shock. A succubus. First incubi, now succumbus. Succubus. Great. I have now met both genders of sex demons. Maybe we'll meet some sex snakes.
Flying sex.
Flying sex snakes. Diana crossed her arms under her bosom and looked at my body.
Well, you are pretty.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, look at her face, though.
You're pretty, too. You kind of remind me of Asami when she's pouting.
But you seem very reckless.
Too
reckless.
I moved out and stood from the bed, still glaring at Diana. Why are you here?
Well, I came here to clean up what the boys clearly forgot to clean.
Oh, the toilet.
Men, so sloppy.
I know. They're
peeing all over the walls.
It was a pleasure for a reason. What do you mean by that?
I mean erasing your memories, sweetie.
Oh,
but I just learned demon magic.
This woman wasn't serious, was she? She comes into my room and spouts this. This was ridiculous. I began to walk towards my door, wanting to leave the room. The boys could get rid of her. I had no mind about dealing with her myself.
The boys are gone, sweetie.
I froze in place. What? They were gone already? No way.
It's still the middle of the night.
Yeah.
So they're gonna go sleep.
I turned to Diana, glaring hard at her as she kept a smirk at me. You're lying.
Am I? If you want to go see for yourself, you can. But I promise you'll be wasting your time.
Well, if I go waste time, that's more time I'll have my memories.
Yeah. I stared, trying to find any hint if she was lying. She had to be. The boys wouldn't just up and leave without resting first, right? Diana crossed her arms and waited for me to make a choice. I decided to believe her for now. I'd find some hint in this conversation. What do you mean, take my memories?
Well, we demons can't have just anyone knowing about us. You have to completely devote your soul to learning about us. And even then, it's not always guaranteed that you can be granted knowledge of us.
There's a lot of blondes in this game.
We're in America.
We're not in America.
Yeah, well, if you're gonna say that this is Twilight, then...
It's not Twilight. We figured that's one of, apparently, the words were... there haven't been really any triggers yet. But I mean, I guess it's early in the game.
What are you talking about? The biggest trigger was when your grandpa died.
Oh, yeah.
And then the whole slapping. No, I don't know. We really haven't gotten to any of those.
Yeah,
really,
there hasn't really been any
bad
rape
ones.
things. But Diana let out a laugh, running a hand through her hair before looking back to me amused.
You were attacked by a gang and were almost killed. You found 5 homeless men and let them stay in your home. There's nothing special about either of these instances.
Yes, there was.
A human like you can't understand the rules. The boys themselves aren't even aware of the rules. They'll learn soon enough.
You should probably have told
Yeah,
them.
if you had told them, that would have saved me the trouble. Diana flipped her hair before looking at me with a stern look.
Listen, sweetie. You're not going back to bed or leaving this house with those memories. I'm taking them from you, one way or another.
I glared, standing my ground. You're not taking my memories. I'm not letting you take them.
And what do you plan to do with them, huh? Tell the press? Gossip to your friends that demons exist? Confess to your parents that you had demon servants and were almost killed by a devil gang?
Now she was making me mad. Did she seriously think I was this stupid? These memories were precious to me, and I wasn't going to let her win over my mind. These memories are important to me. I know that other creatures exist. I know that magic exists. I'm more open-minded now.
Open-minded or gullible?
What did she mean by that? The point of being open-minded was to be open to all thought. How was anything close to being gullible?
There is nothing to learn from remembering the boys that won't bring trouble. I'm merely saving you from that. There are more than just demons who want to keep their existence a secret. There are many creatures in this world that don't want to be known of. And you remembering a small fragment is not
wasn't going to
acceptable
know
to
any of
them
that until
without
you told me.
Yeah, I didn't know there were other creatures until you mentioned it. Thanks.
I thought it was just demons and devils.
Diana smirked.
And ghosts, I guess.
If you would have kept the boys, or at least had one of them around, they'd be a little more lenient to listen to your pleas. However, you're about to go into tomorrow without any of them around.
Well, we didn't really have a chance, so... I couldn't believe my ears. There was more than just demons. Other fictional... See, now we're thinking about it. There was a system? What? Diana sighed and snapped her fingers, lifting my body up from the ground with her magic.
Look, I can kill you and no longer waste what little time I have, or I can erase your memories and go on with my life. I have more important things to do above arguing with you.
I looked down at the ground to see something that made every nerve in my body quickly quake in fear. On the ground was a large open mouth with sharp, wet teeth to an empty black abyss. I could feel the heat from the mouth breathing breath pant against my floating body. I'm not gonna yell.
Make a choice, sweetie. Give up your memories or be a demon's snack. I warn you, he's quite the biter.
Yeah, he's like all teeth and abyss.
Yeah. I was panicking. I was about to die again. The boys weren't home to protect me. What was I going to do?
Give up memories, make a deal with Diana, or fight. Let's make a deal.
Okay. Then I remembered. Demons had a conscience. They weren't heartless without reason. She had to be reasoned with. She seemed like a businesswoman. Wait.
What? You're wasting my time.
What about a deal, huh? Diana raised an eyebrow. I was afraid she wasn't one to listen. What if she was as ruthless as I imagined her to be?
I'm listening.
Yay! Wait, really?
Was she really going to listen to me? She didn't drop me in the pit of death, but she didn't let me have her spell.
It does this sometimes. Now is a good time as any to try reason. These memories are precious to me, but they're not worth me losing my life.
Of course.
I mean, if I die, people will wonder and try to find explanations to why I died or where I disappeared to.
Then just hand over your memories.
What if I traded them to you instead? You seem like a reasonable businesswoman. A trade is better than forcing me to give in, right? This was insane. I didn't even know if she was willing to listen. She already had me hanging over a pit of death. The only thing I could hope for was her being forgiving enough to listen to reason.
Well, speak your terms. What do you want in exchange?
I let out a relieved sigh. She was willing to listen further. Well, what can you give me in return for them?
I'm a demon. I can give you anything within reason. Money, men, women, power. Name it. Just make it worth the price.
She could really give me anything. I began to wonder in my mind. What did I want? To be a clown! Oh!
Her.
Okay, yeah, let's go with her. I heard Diana stifle a sigh.
Oh, wow.
Me? Are you
Is it a
serious?
sigh?
Oh,
What do you mean, me?
laugh. I looked to Diana again. She was indeed scary, but she was gorgeous, and somehow she interested in me. More so than the boys.
Oh.
I mean, you're staying with me for a little while. I want to get to know you, and these rules you're talking
A
about.
human wanting to know more about a demon and the rules. You're really trying to step over your place. Especially if you'll be losing those memories.
I'm serious. I'll give you my memories and energy if you stay just for a couple of days. A day, even. It'll be worth it. Oh, well, wait, we can save.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. If it seems like we're moving slow, it's because my pad is being sticky, so it won't click.
Completely willingly?
Completely willingly.
And if you don't fulfill your end of the bargain?
Then you can feed me to your pit beast. Did that really slip out of my mouth? Was I really wanting to put my life again back on the line? Oh my gosh. If it meant keeping my memories for a little longer, then yes. Here, do it.
I got it.
Okay. Diana looked to me, scanning my body with her eyes for any signs of false intent. I didn't have any, so Diana sighed and snapped her fingers again. The demon below me vanished, and I was slowly lowered to the ground. I looked to Diana in surprise.
You are very lucky demon magic is so finicky.
What do you mean?
Why do you think demons make deals with humans like you?
I wasn't sure. Demons were still new to me. I had heard stories of people making deals with demons and only ruin coming from it. Diana sighed.
It's one thing to take your memories or your energy. It's another for you to willingly give it. We get more for our effort if the one we make a deal with is willing. Think of it like sex. If I'm aroused and you're willing to open your legs for me, I'll get pleasure. I'll enjoy it. You might enjoy it. And it's done. But if you aren't willing and I force myself on you anyway, it's not so pleasurable for me. Even if I get what I want, it won't be as worth the effort.
Good point. It's also rape.
Yeah.
Strangely, that made sense. It was very much like a business. If I had what they want, they could take it, or they could take it away anyway, but not without a fight. Were they all really business-oriented? My curiosity about demons grew as I realized what deal I had made. So you'll stay for a couple of days?
A day is enough.
Yeah, sure, fine.
Yeah, sure, fine.
Yes.
Yes.
Diana's playing the repeating game. She wants us to compliment her, obviously. Diana looked at me up and down once again. I felt a little naked all of a sudden under her gaze, but I ignored it as she shrugged.
All right.
Diana kept her eyes on me, unsure what was going on from the look on her face.
So, what do you want to know? You're obviously curious about demons enough to make a deal with me.
My first thought shot to her, but then I remembered the boys. Not all of my questions were answered, and I wanted to know everything. First of all, who exactly are you? Diana chuckled before crossing her arms.
You may refer to me as simply Diana. As I said before, I'm a succubus, and I intend to bring the boys back home.
Back home? What do you mean, back to the demon world?
Precisely. They don't belong here, and it's imperative that they return.
Why?
Did they not tell you? They're runaway royals.
Oh, well, they're princes, of course. I couldn't believe my ears. What? They were royalty? Why would they run away from royalty?
Why does anyone ever run away from
Royalty. Because they're miserable. Diana simply smirked at my new surprised face.
Ah, so they didn't tell you. How unfortunate. You were in the presence of a demon prince and his noble brothers, and you didn't even know.
I felt myself unconsciously walk over and sit on my bed. They hid something gigantic from me. Why? Did they not trust me? Then again, it had only been a couple of days, yet they held... If they're princes, why do they all have different hair colors?
They're demons.
Okay. And we're here for me regardless, acting like servants instead of noblemen. Oh yeah, we had princes as butlers. I gripped my head in frustration. What am I supposed to believe?
Believe whatever you wish. The confusion will fade away soon enough, regardless.
I looked to Diana, who only gave me an almost somber look in return. She was serious about removing my memories, but she would keep her end of the deal until I learned all I could. That, and I felt thrilled to have her. Maybe it was because she was succubus. I didn't know. Succumbus.
It's not succumbus, there's no M.
I sighed and faced Diana. So, how did you get to the human world? How did the boys get here?
With the help of a human, in both of our cases. There's truly no need for details beyond that. Any human can cast a demon's summoning spell. It's just a matter of what happens during the summoning and after where things get tricky.
What do you mean?
Well, if a human is willing, only part of their life force is taken from them, and they are given one chance to open a bridge between our worlds to allow the demon they desire to come through. The more demons come through, the more life force the spell takes.
That's why
Luckily
Grandma
for the
died.
poor human that brought them
Other
here,
than, you know.
the boys sacrificed some of
He's
their
gonna
own
die
powers to
eventually.
open the bridge instead of letting
He
the
was
spell
immortal.
feed solely on the human. The human lived, and the boys came through.
That almost made sense. Something in my mind clicked, but I couldn't clear it out to figure out what it was. I only nodded to Diana. And you were the same?
Somewhat. However, I don't care to go into details about how I came here. You'll forget soon enough.
That's not part of the deal.
You wish to have me around for more information. I get to decide what information to give.
Reasonable. Cheater.
It's not cheating if it's not a broken rule.
I huffed and crossed my arms and look at that cute little smile. She's so precious. Diana was a game player, and I didn't like her rules. However, they were the rules I had to accept in order to keep my memories a little while longer. I'd find a way to remember. She wasn't going to win. Diana let out a small chuckle and ran a hand through her hair.
Well, I believe I should head to bed. If I'm to stay here, then I need some form of sleep.
I watched as Diana crossed through my room to the door and opened it. She turned to me with a small wink.
Have it.
Oh! It's okay, it was just a have a good night, sweetie.
Oh, okay.
Before I could respond, she exited my room and closed the door behind her. I stared. Something happened. I was... God.
I didn't even press it! That's scary.
I huffed and crawled back under the covers. How did my life get so complicated? What was going on with me? I must have had serious bad luck. I sighed and covered myself with my blankets, wanting tonight to end. I needed tomorrow to come. Some school would take my mind off of things. If school actually happened anyway.
What? It's not winter. You're not gonna get a snow day, not like us.
Oh my gosh. There you go. I woke that morning, minutes before my alarm. I felt slightly groggy, but I didn't exactly feel bad. It was more of a physical exhaustion with a mind ready to take on that day. I stretched and quickly changed into clothes before heading downstairs with my bag. As I reached the lobby, I stopped and sniffed the sudden new smell. Did she cook for us?
Oh, I hope so.
I continued my way to the dining room to see Diana laying out a plate covered with sliced fruit. On the table there was delicious-smelling eggs, toast, bacon, ham, veggies, and juice. I felt my mouth salivate. But then I remembered that it was Diana setting the breakfast, and I shook my head. What are you doing?
Ah, you're up. Come. Breakfast. I didn't know what you liked, so I made everything I knew humans ate for this time of day.
You missed a lot, actually. Cereal, pancakes, waffles.
You just want pancakes. I walked over and scanned the table before giggling. Diana raised an eyebrow at me.
And what is so funny?
You didn't make everything breakfast related. You forgot a couple things.
Like what?
Coffee, pancakes, waffles. Diana looked almost insulted before looking to the table and recounting the plates. I laughed harder, making her glare at me.
I haven't...
No! At the sound of the boys, I suddenly remembered them. They treated me like part of their family, caring for me and making sure I was okay beyond anything else. They were servants to me, and I let them go. I let out a sigh at the memory. Little did I know that Diana stared at me the entire time. I shook my head and looked at the table, getting at an empty plate and filling my plate with whatever I wanted before sitting and eating. Diana remained standing, watching me. I felt almost naked under her gaze, so I looked over, pausing my eating. Aren't you going to eat?
I already ate.
What did you eat?
You really wish to know?
You. Yes.
Was it the sexual tension?
I wanted to know more than about demons. I wanted to know more about her. Of course I said yes. Diana stared in surprise at me before smirking a bit and reaching into her cleavage. I watched as she pulled out a small purple vial. She popped the cork and poured a mere couple sipfuls into her palm before recorking the vial and placing it back into her dress. Diana closed her eyes and closed her hand. What was she doing? This was odd to watch, yet at the same time I was practically at the edge of my seat in curiosity. What was she going to do? Her hand started to open, almost like blossoming flower, and revealed a small peach-shaped fruit. It was purple and had almost an enchanting smell to it that made my food seem almost disgusting.
A plant from the abyssal plains. We call it a sweet flower. Would you like to try it?
Yes. I nodded, staring at the fruit. What if we die?
Well, it's a good thing I saved.
Okay. Staring at the fruit, it looked absolutely glorious and delectable. I couldn't resist grabbing onto the chance to try it. Diana nodded before cupping the fruit in both hands and pulling the purple flesh from the fruit, revealing a juicy, blackish center. As if it were cut on the inside, Diana pulled out a perfect slice and handed it to me.
I must say, you may be the first human to try this fruit. You should consider yourself lucky.
I nodded, not pulling my eyes away from the fruit slice in my hand. It was juicy, and its clear juice painted over my fingers. I somehow didn't care. I wanted to try it and savor it. It was sweet, yet it was slightly tart. It was the perfect combination. At the same time, it felt so unnatural. I felt not only pleasure in my mouth, but my body began to feel energized and warm. All of that was from a small bite. I swallowed the biteful and let out a pleasured sigh, making Diana smirk slightly at me with a raised eyebrow. I couldn't lie to her about how it tasted. It's delicious.
That it is. They're natively grown in my kingdom, so I have the pleasure of enjoying these every day.
Oh, look at that little smile. She's so cute. You have a kingdom?
I do. The boys are not the only royals in the demon world, sweetie. I just so happen to be a princess.
Ooh, we got ourselves a princess. I stared in surprise. She was really a princess? How? She looked so mature. She was more of a queen than a princess. Really? You're a princess? You seem more like a queen. For a split second, I swore I saw Diana blush, but as she started to laugh, I shook my head at the thought.
You flatter me, little girl. You best be careful. I may just take your flattery as an invitation to take
we're
your
getting
energy.
laid.
I shut my mouth, feeling a blush run across my own cheeks. I returned to eating the fruit, hearing her chuckle and eat the remainder of the fruit on her own. Surprisingly, I felt full just from that small slice. How could that be? The only explanation I had was that it was a demon fruit, so I mentally accepted it as just that. Well, okay. What I didn't expect was Diana leaning over and lifting my chin to look down at me.
Messy, aren't you?
I stared at Diana, came closer, and gently kissed my cheek by the corner of my lip, making me gasp slightly. What was she doing? Why was she kissing my cheek? I was red in the face already, and here she was taking advantage. Diana pulled away and slightly licked and popped her lips. What?
You had a little juice on the side of your lip. It was bothering me.
Oh, is that what the kids are calling it these days? The demon princesses.
I ran my fingers over where she kissed me and felt my face grow even hotter. Diana chuckled slightly at the sight, making me almost glare at her.
I didn't know if she was flirting with me or trying to embarrass me. Either way, she was winning.
Eventually, my alarm started going off, reminding me to be ready for Naomi and Suzu. Right, school was a thing. I stood from my chair and grabbed my bag, walking out of the living room.
And where are you going, might I ask?
I have to go to school.
Ah, I see.
I looked at Diana, feeling that she was up to something. She had her arms crossed, looking to me as if I owed her something. What?
Well, I don't exactly want you to leave this house with the memories you have. I'd be breaking the rules if I allowed that.
But we had a deal. You stay for the day. I keep my memories until you leave. I still have school to go to, though.
Then skip school and stay home.
Oh, okay.
What?
That, or I go with you.
What? Diana was crazy. To suggest going to my school was practically signing his death wish. Everyone would ask about her. What would I tell everyone?
This is my new girlfriend.
That's crazy.
I can't let you leave this house with those memories unless I'm with you. Rules are rules.
What rules?
The rules of the world, sweetie.
Rules of the world? What was she talking about?
The rules applies to any magical being that lives in the human world. They were established on a day you humans might know as the birth date of Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
Okay, well, we're getting religious up in her.
Yeah.
Wait, so does that mean Christianity is legitimate?
No.
It's a story to some, a religious faith to others. I won't deny or prove a religion exists because that's a human matter. Magical beings, on the other hand, don't pay attention unless they're angels from the world of heaven.
My curiosity was pecking at my mind like a frantic bird. I wanted to know more. Diana was giving me answers, and I wanted to ask more questions. However, I had to go to school. I was conflicted.
Stay, and I'll tell you more of these rules.
And if I go?
Then I take your memories. Now.
I was trapped. There was no way I could bring Diana with me without some repercussion. If she took my memories now, then I'd go to school without remembering anything. However, if I stayed, I could learn more, but I'd miss school. We're gonna stay!
Yeah, we're so close.
Yeah. I bit my lip. Did I really want to stay? I could feel my fingers run over my phone and call up Naomi. Without even listening to the phone, I spoke into it. Hey girls, I'm feeling really sick. Don't worry about coming and don't come over. I'm staying home and getting better. I hung up without even acknowledging Naomi or Suzu on the other end. Diana crossed her arms and waited for me to turn to her fully. I threw my bag to the side and looked at Diana, ready to learn more. You're going to tell me everything.
I'll do the best I can.
I walked up the stairs with Diana behind me. I glanced into the dining room to see it already clean. I guess Diana used magic to clean up after us. I continued and wound up walking into my bedroom. I sat on the bed as Diana stood by the balcony window. It was just like last night. So I could ask anything and you'll answer? We just got really excited with Diana.
Yeah.
So we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we will be back to the sexy ladies.
Mm-hmm.